Hello everyone, we're going to look at some abdominal and core exercises now. We're going to do them all on the floor so there's no getting up and down. Make sure the area around you is nice and clean, and of course you've warmed up properly before performing any exercises. So 30 seconds for each exercise. We've got 8 in total, and I'll be giving you some different alternatives as we go through the exercises. So first things first, before I put the timer on, we're going to just lay down. Make sure your feet are flat on the floor. Okay, you've got a natural curve in your spine, pulling your tummy buttons in nice and tight. And the first one we're going to start with is put our hands on our thighs, and we're going to do some abdominal crunches. So predominantly your six pack we're going to look at. So let's start the exercises then. So we're going to start hands here in 3, 2, 1, and just lift till you're trying to touch your fingers on your kneecaps. Make sure you've got a good gap between your chin and your chest, and you've got a natural line of your neck in line with your spine. If you want to make it a bit more challenging, you can change your hands into these positions. If you feel a little bit of strain in your neck, just rest your head in your hand on the way down, but don't pull on the way up. Okay, it's exercise number 1. Next one is knees at 90 degrees, hands flat here, and you're just touching your heels on the ground. So you're bringing them down and up, slowly under control. If you feel this a little bit in your back, you can change to one leg, and making sure you relax through your upper body, but you're keeping those tummy muscles strong to support your back. Or you don't have to go all the way down if you're feeling it's a bit too challenging. Okay, so exercise 2. Exercise 3 is your obliques. So we're going to go 15 seconds on each. I'm just going to take my hand across to the opposite knee. You could put your hand across your chest and take your shoulder there, or you could put your hand to your temple if you want it a little bit more challenging. Okay, I'm going to change to the other side now. Again, if you want that support on the back of your head, just rest your head in your hand on the way down, but making sure you're not pulling your head up with your hand. Good. So the next exercise is we're going to keep those knees up, hands to your temple, to the back of your head if you want to. If you want to make it more challenging, a little bit easier is hands here, and a little bit easier still is just to reach underneath. Okay, all of those are your choices, and again, just support your head in your hands on the way down. If that's too challenging, put your feet back on the ground and just work your way through, just lifting your shoulders off the ground. Okay, so the next exercise is your front plank. So my knees are off the ground, my elbows are directly below my shoulders, and I'm pulling my tummy button in tight. If that's too challenging, then just bring your knees to the ground, and you'll be able to still pull those tummy muscles in tight, holding those core nice and strong. Again, bring the shoulder blades down and back so you're in one nice line, elbows directly below your shoulders, and just hold that nice and strong. Okay, next exercise is the side plank. Elbow directly below your shoulder. You could bend your bottom knee under and lift your hip up so it's from the knee and your shoulder supporting. If you want it more challenging, you can have one foot in front of the other, keeping the hip and your shoulder directly pointing towards the ceiling. And again, those are your different alternatives if you want to make it harder or easier. So if you can't make the full time, then just go bent knee under and keeping that chin in line with your belly button all the way through. So, other side plank now, same information, all in one line, keeping nice and strong, belly button pulled in tight, hand on the top here if you wish. If you want to make it more challenging, one foot in front of the other, making sure you're not rolling that hip forward, you're keeping it directly towards the ceiling. So you should feel this contracting here. Excellent. You're doing really, really well. Good. And the last exercise now is we're going to just cycle the legs. You can take your left elbow towards your right knee and the opposite side. You can do that in a rhythm as you're lengthening the leg. Again, if you want to make it a little bit easier, you can just move like this. If you want them more challenging, making sure that belly button's pulled in nice and tight and you're not dropping your chin towards your chest. Good rhythm, well done. Good. And that completes the exercises for today. You can of course rewind that and do it all again if you want to do a second lot or even a third. So just to stretch off and mobilize around the core and the abdominals, we're just going to show you a couple of exercises now. So first one is you're just going to lay on your front, using your elbows underneath your shoulders. You're just going to lengthen those abdominal muscles. Okay, if you're really flexible, it might be you can put your hands on and you can just move off the floor like that, so you'll feel that lengthening through the abs. Just hold that for about 20 seconds. Good. Excellent. So the next exercise is you're going to be onto your back. Just put your feet flat on the floor, take around your shins and just bring those knees in as you're bringing your back off the ground, just so we're just stretching through the lower back into the mid part of the back. Good. You have a little rock if you want to massage it. Good. Just going to put those down. Put your hands on the floor again and just going to drop the knees towards the ground, keeping your opposite shoulder on the floor. To help that, it might be that you reach this hand across and just look the opposite way. Just get a little bit of rotation in the spine. And then we're going to come up to the center and do the same on the other side. And like I say, don't force the leg down, just let gravity pull the knees down. Different people will have different flexibility. You may not be able to move as far, or you may find it very easy to get both legs down on the ground. Okay, just going to come back into the middle again. Just the last one, just pull those knees in again. Grab your other wrist and just a little rock. And then put them down. Good. So that's a little cool down, a little stretch after the abdominal work completed. You should be really proud of yourselves. Well done.